In the narrow streets of Chicago, there was a tiny watch repair shop called Daniel's Watch Repair. The shop was so small that if two people stood inside, a third person had to wait outside. Inside that shop, a 19-year-old boy named Daniel worked alongside his grandfather, George. Daniel's job was simple: open watches, clean the tiny parts, fix the springs, and make them tick again. But his real passion was something deeper. Daniel didn't just fix watches. He felt time. His grandfather used to say something Daniel had heard since he was a kid. "Son, we don't repair watches. We repair people's time." For years, Daniel heard those words, but only now was he beginning to truly understand them. One rainy evening, a man walked into the shop. His clothes were expensive, but his face looked tired. He pulled out an old pocket watch and placed it on the counter. "Can you fix this?" he asked, quickly. Daniel gently picked up the watch. It was old, but beautifully crafted. Inside, the parts were still good, just a bit dusty and slightly stuck. Daniel looked up and asked, "Does this watch mean something special to you?" The man paused for a moment. Then he said quietly, "It belonged to my father. He never really had time for me. When I was little, I used to ask him every day, 'Dad, can you spend some time with me?' But he always said, 'Not now.' One day, he was gone, and my waiting ended with him." The shop fell silent. Daniel repaired the watch and handed it back. But that night, he couldn't sleep. He kept thinking, why do people get so busy earning money that they lose time itself? The next morning, Daniel asked his grandfather, "Grandpa, if someone has no time, can they really be rich?" His grandfather smiled. "The richest person in the world is the one who has time for the people they love." Those words stayed with Daniel. From that day forward, he started doing something different. Whenever someone came to repair a watch, he asked them one simple question: "Who are you fixing this watch for?" People were surprised, but they answered, "My son, my wife, myself." After repairing the watch, Daniel began placing a small note inside every watch box. The note said, "Don't just watch time, live it." At first, people laughed, but slowly, something began to change. A man who used to stand outside the shop yelling on his phone came in one day and quietly said, "Yesterday, I went home early. I had dinner with my daughter for the first time in 5 years." Another woman said, "I sat with my mother for 20 minutes. Just 20 minutes, but the smile on her face felt like the whole world." That's when Daniel realized something. He wasn't just fixing watches. He was fixing perspectives. One day, Daniel received a job offer from a big shopping mall. High salary, air-conditioned showroom, a comfortable life. His grandfather was happy. "Son, your future is set." But Daniel couldn't sleep for 2 nights. He looked at his grandfather, his eyes were getting weaker. The shop was old, but people left their stories here. On the 3rd day, he declined the job. His grandfather asked, "But why?" Daniel smiled and said, "Over there, I would sell watches, but here, I teach people the value of time." Tears filled his grandfather's eyes. Years passed. Daniel turned the tiny shop into a mission. Every Sunday, he repaired watches for free. But there was only one condition: spend at least 1 hour this week with your family without your phone. People started following it. Slowly, a new habit began spreading through the city. People started calling it Family Hour. They would say, "Hey, remember Daniel's watch rule?" And from a tiny shop, a big change began. One day, the same man from years ago returned, the one whose father's watch Daniel had fixed. But this time, he wasn't alone. His little son was holding his hand. The man smiled and said, "I close my office every day at 7 p.m. now. That's my rule for my son." Daniel smiled. The watch was still ticking, but this time, it wasn't just the watch. The relationship was ticking too. Friends, money can be earned again. Things can be bought again, but time only comes once. The richest person in life is the one who gives time to the people they love. Because in the end, all that remains are memories, and memories are made from time. So tell me in the comments, what lesson did you learn from today's story? And if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, make sure you do. I'll see you in the next video.